to the chart. Right now you can see this is the Beyond Meat daily chart. It is up for about 6 or 7 days in a row, and you can see on massive volume here. Like, look at this volume. It's crazy that it's coming in. It's been kind of, they've been buying into it for the last couple of weeks, and it just kind of finally found a bottom. A major resistance you could see here was that like 106 to 110 level. We've broken out of that pretty significantly now. I think it's about 140 right now after hours. So I think that this has, it's long gone, this resistance, and now we're going to be going up towards this like 150, 148 resistance around here. So there could be another massive move if you pull this chart back. I mean, there's room to run. This thing has had a rough year. I believe it's down like more than 75%. From here, like this is 770 at its high, but we can even pull this, like put it on the weekly. Look at this weekly chart, just brutal, like absolutely brutal downtrend from Beyond Meat. Like if you go back to 2020 when this stock had the hype around it, it topped off at like 250, 260, 240. Look at this, and then this is just a bloodbath. All of 21 dropped, continued dropping in 22, 23, 24, 25, and you get the point. We've been stuck below $10 since the breakdown in September 2023. So here we've got a pretty decent opportunity to make some good money if we get in around this price, right? Or at least if we get in around that dollar level. It's missed earnings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in a row. Its next earnings isn't expected until May. The reason behind this, though, we'll check this out from here. It's kind of interesting. I thought it was kind of interesting when I was looking at the news. So you can see here the reason why the 5-day winning streak on Beyond has to do with a deal with Big Geyser, and they're expanding access to over 26,000 New York retail locations. They're rolling out this sparkling drink. It's a functional beverage. So that means it's got some kind of benefit to people, like protein or electrolytes and all these things that are like huge buzzwords in the health market right now. People want to, jump on. These companies are pivoting to things that they're adding protein to anything. And they're adding electrolytes now. And people are saying, I've been reading over the last couple months that they're thinking that electrolytes are going to be the big trend heading into 2027. So it does not surprise me at all that Beyond would pivot when obviously the main business has been struggling pretty badly. And they've, like right here from Big Geyser CEO or COO, they've created a truly differentiated product that delivers on everything today's consumer is looking for: protein, fiber, antioxidants, and electrolytes, all in a sparkling drink. So it's kind of interesting that this is the move that they've made, and it looks like it's paying off for them a lot, because the stock has responded in a really positive way, even after missing earnings on the last report. And Q4 of 2025 was not good at all. There was a 20% year-on-year decrease on revenue, and operating losses widened, it says, to 133.6 million compared to 37.8 a year earlier. So that's huge. It says the increase reflected a mix of asset write-downs, litigation related accruals, and restructuring expenses. So terrible, like just overall not good. Like these are none of the things that you want to see with a company that's operating at this kind of level. It's just the fall off is tangible. This is why I was looking at this article. I figured I'd bring up too. The $200 billion functional drink boom is turning into a wellness arms race. So kind of a dramatic title here, but still, it looks like this is the trend. Americans focus more on wellness right now. The beverage industry is changing. Drinks are now laden with healthful ingredients like fiber, protein, adaptogens, and nootropics. And the growing functional beverage segment has brands battling to keep up with the demand. So this fits right into that Beyond Meat narrative that they're going for. So pretty interesting that this is, this is on Business Insider. This is from a few weeks ago. Or actually last week. So it's right around that time, that these things are starting to pop off. It doesn't surprise me. I thought with the volume coming in that they were going to make an announcement that they were pivoting to AI, considering the trend in the market right now, but that's not the case. I just want to do a quick ad read. Just so you know, this video is sponsored by Breakout Prop Firm, where you can trade crypto and buy an account up to $200,000. Right now, if you use code RHT, you can get a 10% off on any tier, any account size. So you get one of these accounts and you can trade crypto on leverage. And if you pass an evaluation, you get up to a 90% profit split. So breakout.com, sign up, use code RHT for Red Hot Trade, and you get 10% off. So thank you guys for supporting, and back to Beyond Meat. So I was taking a look at the earnings history by quarter. Obviously not good. They've missed their earnings, like I said, 5 times in a row. They only beat one in 2024 for Q3 by 3 cents. Like nothing that impressive. And the 2 earnings before that, they missed those as well. So it's not looking good on an EPS estimate. They're trending in the wrong direction. So, but what could help this too is this insane bounce on the S&P 500 right now. We've been closing on new daily highs for the last week. We've had one of the most insane rallies in a short period of time on the S&P 500 that has ever been seen. I believe it's like the first time in 25 years that anything like this is actually, a win streak like this has happened. So the S&P could be carrying a little bit of this. People are finding the names that are short, and this is what we'll kind of see in the next tab. Looking at FinViz here. If you're looking at FinViz, looking at the short float, you can see it's 31.61%. So that's a significant amount of the float is short right now. It's not exactly like short squeeze territory, but it is a significant amount. And you'd think that they are positioned to stay short because of the terrible earnings calls and all this, and they might be caught on their heels with this new beverage announcement and the uptick in in buying pressure, which would cause these guys to have to cover their short positions and buy back shares. And the volume is just is coming in so hard right now that I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up, really moving this thing. Like it could go up to $3-4 in a very short time span, especially if it keeps up this momentum. So just something to take a look at. Institutions own about 35% of the stock. But another thing that I kind of found interesting here is looking at the insider trading. You can see on FinViz here, in the last month before April, there's no notable insider sells, but the CFO and treasurer sold almost 6 million shares at 60 cents not too long ago on April 13th. So it's kind of an odd thing that these guys are dumping. They were dumping low. Like he could have doubled his whatever he said. Those 6 million shares almost would have sold for double if he waited until today, which is not even a week later. So pretty crazy. And then today we had another proposed sale. The value is at 29,000, so only like 30,000 shares. So it's not that much money, but it's kind of interesting that somebody was going out to sell, and their cost was at 97 cents. So still, like, they would have made 40% more on their money if they waited until after hours today. So kind of interesting. I just wanted to move on to unusual whales for my last little thing that we were looking at. It's showing right now, like I'm looking at the historical volume and the call and put premium. Look at this massive spike just today. So today we had a massive spike on the puts, and it looks like either there's 2 ways you can look at this. I haven't been able to completely dive into these premiums, but these guys could be, covering their shorts, and that's why the put positions are so much higher. But it is interesting to see, like if you look at the historical volume over the last, let's say, 90 days, this is still, by and large, the most that we've seen on Beyond. So, kind of interesting here that we have this much activity at these levels. Does that mean that maybe these guys are buying puts because they think this is a short-lived kind of pump and up situation? We won't be able to tell until these orders close tomorrow. If you look at open interest on some of the call contracts for like $1.50, they saw a massive spike in premium as well. So like we can go, damn it, I'm not signed in. But you can see from here, you've got a massive put spike. So like put to call ratio was 19.8. So like a 20 puts for every one call on Beyond today, and that was just before close. So pretty crazy. I don't know. I'm gonna say that I think it's shorts covering. I'm not bearish at all. Like you can't be, especially when these stocks move like this. Like, there's a lot of volume coming for the upside. So my guess is that it's going to be moving up for the rest of the week. Maybe a little bit of a sell-off would be healthy. Like I said, going back to this chart, the weekly is definitely suppressed. It's down quite horrendously. But after tomorrow, when it opens up, it's going to be over 100% in 5 days. So I wouldn't want to chase this one name if you aren't already in it. But if you get a significant pullback, I mean, maybe towards that previous resistance around 105, then I'd go for it. Or even if it holds and bounces over these previous resistance levels, like if you look at the daily here, you've got 110, 126. 141. Like there's some pretty big up wicks, top wicks here where you can see sellers kind of stepped in. So if these start to hold as a support, you could see the push for that 148 or even higher. There's a huge, obviously, gap here from sell pressure. So if this breaks over $2, you could see it flying to $3, $4. No problem. No problem. So this is what this is what I'm watching right now, guys. Beyond Meat. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that this this drink announcement, these functional drinks of these electrolytes and proteins, do you think it's going to be like a trend that actually saves this company? I'm leaning on the side that it probably isn't. I think they're going to need to do more than just get a decent deal with a retailer for their drinks to be profitable again. But let me know what you think. I'm going to keep my eye on this, and I'm going to say that I think that in the next couple weeks, it wouldn't surprise me to see it kind of pull back, because this is a lot of buying pressure right now. And judging by the shorts that we are looking at in the puts on that have been rolling in on unusual whales, I'm kind of leaning towards that it falls back. But let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you like these kind of videos where I just kind of go over the news for a stock. This is kind of different for me. So yeah, and like I said, go and check out breakout.com. Use code RHT for a 10% discount on any tier for any level of account. And join the free Telegram. The link will be in the description of the video. Have a great night, guys. Thank you.